and touching various communities and being able to leverage my skills to help change people's lives for the better. Really strive to diversify our workspaces. We really allow for innovation to happen. We allow for more creativity. I wouldn't want any group of individuals in an office space, whether it be virtual or in person, to be of similar backgrounds, because that just creates a homogeneous society. And each of those skills directly correlates to the daily task and needs of responsibilities.
Hi everyone, so today I am here with Derrik, who is an articulate communicator with a solid history of hiring and providing leadership to cross-functional teams with a keen focus on enhancing operational efficiency and experience. He is an expert in planning and introducing unique methods for senior leaders to realign functions and improve team-driven capabilities and collaboration. Let's welcome Derrik on 10 Minutes of Hiring Wisdom, where he will tell us about what it takes to find and hire the right talent and how better talent and good talent translates into higher efficiency within the team. Hi, Derrik. How are you doing today?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, Derrik, can you tell us about yourself a little, and then we can move on to the questions regarding hiring and things like that?
Definitely. I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Organization for Social Impact. I also serve as Director of Meetings for Virtual Inc. I work remotely from home based in Washington, D.C. I've been an event strategist, consultant, and experienced designer for about 20 plus years, and I'm very happy to participate in this conversation.
Of course. So, Derrik, you've had a lot of interesting experiences being the CEO, being leaders, and different roles and everything. How do you manage so many roles simultaneously, side by side, and making sure that you are able to perform in every role? Because I think as humans, we're like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. And then we're like, oh, I chose up a lot. What do I do now? So can you explain how you manage to compartmentalize and make sure that you can give your best to each of the roles that you take on?
Definitely. I mean, I think you hit on it very directly, the fact that we're all human. And that's something that we kind of lose focus on sometimes, and that we aim for perfection, and we have to take a step back and realize that perfection is only in the eye of the beholder. And when it comes to me and working in my different roles, I like to align my passions with my talents and the things that I want to learn and continue to grow in life. For me, it's all about making a difference and touching various communities and being able to leverage my skills to help change people's lives for the better. And anytime I can give more of myself into those spaces, I do. And that's what's led me to chair multiple organizations, be a part of multiple boards, have multiple actual professional roles. And it's that overall impact. And that, I think, to this conversation should, in fact, drive others to want to diversify their interests and seek other opportunities to continue that growth cycle and overall impact.
No, I love that. I think if you're passionate about something, if there's purpose along with everything you do, you're more excited to go to work, making sure, because you realize that what the work you're doing is bigger than just yourself and it's helping other people out there. So thank you so much for doing that, Derrik. It's very inspiring to see that people like you are still existing, who during these hard times where a lot of people are jobless, a lot of people are struggling, they're still out there helping other people. So it's definitely very inspiring. So thank you for sharing that, Derrik.
Awesome. My pleasure.
Of course. So, Derrik, next question would be, you've done a lot of hiring in the past. We'd love to understand what it took you to find the right talent for certain roles within the company that you worked for.
Yeah, I think in hiring, the first piece is aligning the skills, aligning the passions of the individual with the specific roles. And sometimes when you look at the responsibilities, they don't necessarily parallel over to directly to core experiences that a person may have. And I say that in the fact of we all develop various skills along our lives, whether it be in our personal, professional settings. And each of those skills directly correlates to the daily task and needs of responsibilities. And so as I've looked at hiring in the past, I align the core goals, passions of the individual, the skills that they may have gained through external responsibilities and engagements, and I try to identify their path. Where are they aiming to go? What in life? What is their North Star? And if those things align with the specific roles, it makes a better alignment than someone who may have had a lot of professional history in that space. And I think as we look at hiring for the future, more so than the past, we're looking to align those passions of the individuals and ensure that they are coming into a community that is really embellishing this idea of diversity. I wouldn't want any group of individuals in an office space, whether it be virtual or in person, to be of similar backgrounds, because that just creates a homogeneous society where the thought processes, the designs, the intuitiveness, it's all very similar. When we really strive to diversify our workspaces, we really allow for innovation to happen. We allow for more creativity. And diversity could be anything from obviously your race, your gender, your sexual orientation, but social economic status, various age, disability. Those things are all pieces that really have influenced the individual's journey. And those things help to really take a company and drive it to success through those various experiences that individuals come into the space with. So I think ensuring in the hiring process that everyone is bringing their full authentic self into the space of interviewing is so vital to identifying these opportunities that may exist out there for companies.
Okay, no, I love that you touched upon diversity. A follow-up question would be, a lot of companies do bring in diverse candidates and everything. When you put them together in a room, sometimes differences can clash. So how do you make sure that you come up with people where differences can coexist and where people can work together, where creativity flows, where innovation flows? A lot of companies, for example, have workshops to help bring together people together to work on different projects. So just curious to understand, how do you make sure that differences can coexist in the best way ever, where people can just work together and creativity can flow?
I think that's an easier question. I think it's training. No individuals are going to come into a room and be the same. We are very unique. Even if we're from the same race, we come from different backgrounds. Even if we're the same gender, we still come from different backgrounds, social economic statuses. We still come from different backgrounds. My family is very different than yours, even if we were twins and we were in the role coming into an organization, we're still coming from different backgrounds. We're seeing the world through different eyes. And I think the opportunity that organizations have in that space is to educate, to ensure that there is this continuous dialogue around differences. Allyship training, unconscious bias training. These are things that organizations must invest in order to help their diverse pool of employees and also potential candidates grow and understand the importance of individuality and difference. We don't have to agree all the time, but we must leverage each other's intuitiveness and innovation and be more inclusive to accepting and empathizing with others and other people's thoughts and ideas. And I think that at the core really then drives a community of workers, of employees, of peers that can leverage this respect and empathy to then impact broader than just what their roles and responsibilities are individually.
Oh, no, for sure. I think empathy and respect should be the core elements everywhere, just because I think when you empathize with other people, you can be in their shoes and understand where they're coming from and have an open-minded perspective towards what any ideas that they might have. So thank you so much for sharing that, Derek. Last question, Derek. You worked with a lot of companies. You are working with a lot of companies. Would love to understand whether any of the companies that you're working with are hiring and what kind of positions are open.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I'm currently serving as the director of meetings with Virtual Inc., which is an association management company with 3 offices. One is based in up in the Wakefield area, one's in the Nashville area, one in the Reston area. The organization has core principles of a team atmosphere, growth opportunities, a challenging work environment, fun, a commitment to excellence, and flexibility. It's one of the first companies that I've actually worked for that really has embodied this idea of trust, of teamwork, of respect, of empowerment, and lives that not only through its written core values, but celebrates it every day. And I mentioned the idea of organizations should invest in their teams and in their individuals, a part of these teams. This company does that. And it 100% has opportunities for individuals to join the community. Currently, there are probably, I think, 10 different roles that are open, including in my department as an event coordinator space that is open. But virtual, VARTUAL Inc. INC.com /careers is the website where all these roles and responsibilities are. And you don't have to be in one of these core areas to fulfill these roles. Virtual is a virtual organization. I currently work remotely. But virtual also has given me the opportunity to continue my own business as the chief executive officer of the Organization for Social Impact. Impact is with an E. And I work to help organizations drive programs and solutions that are built off of empathy towards their employees, off to their communities, and develop diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility strategies and measurements to achieve those strategies over a long period of time. So I would be as to not be grateful for having both roles, but now being a part of a virtual community that allows me to do amazing things on the side outside of work too.
No, I think you have a lot on your plate, but I think I can see the passion shining through just because it showcases how passionate you are about your own company as well as the company that you're currently working for. And it's inspiring to see the difference that you're making in people's lives every day by just getting out of bed, making sure that what you're working for is something that's bigger than yourself. So, Derek, our time is up. It was an absolute pleasure learning about you, your wonderful journey, and how you are all about making sure that teams are diverse, making sure that teams are trained well so that when they are put together, they can coexist while making sure that the differences that come up bring out the best in people. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Take care.